Shake, shake, shake. This is a fun part. Shake the table. Good arm workout as well. Hola, busy familia, busy mommy here, and today I'm coming at you with a tortilla recipe. Now, my cheese tortilla recipe is everybody's favorite. I want to try to make a tortilla that essentially I can reheat. So one of the things that, a lot of people have been asking is like, how easy is it to reheat the cheese tortillas? They're fine as long as you have an oven or a toaster oven. If you do it in the microwave, it's not as great. So I made these zucchini tortillas because they taste delicious. They're super good even by themselves with a little butter as a snack. Yum. But also because they're a great vessel to hold up dishes that are even more liquidy or anything like that. So we're gonna go ahead and get those started. So what are you gonna need? 2 pounds of zucchini, which for me was about 6 of these size, a cheese grater, about a medium-sized onion, so this is half of a medium-sized onion, 4 eggs, about 3/4 cup, maybe a little bit more of almond flour, some of your favorite cheeses, whether that's mozzarella or Mexican cheese or whatever kind of blend you want, baking powder, garlic powder, salt, and pepper. What you're gonna do first is you're gonna grate this great zucchini. So you're gonna grate all the zucchini up with your cheese grater. And so I tend to just do this and have the table dance while I do it, which is why I already did some of it. All right. And then we're gonna do the rest of the onion. So you're gonna grate the onion. Please don't hurt yourself. Try to go as far as I can. And then I just toss whatever's left. It doesn't have to be the whole onion. It's totally fine. So we got all of this goodness, and it's gonna go ahead and come out into my bowl. I like to grate into a bowl because then this is actually a pie pan. It just makes it easier to have everything instead of on a cutting board because I got to move it to a bowl anyway. Now that I have gotten everything out, I'm gonna put this away. We're going to go ahead and do the dry ingredients first. So 3/4 cup of almond flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of kosher salt or 1 teaspoon of salt, depending on how much salt you like. And then I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and that should be good. We're gonna definitely taste for seasoning as well as we go. But now that the dry ingredients are ready, I'm going to go ahead and scramble my 4 eggs. This is a fun part. All right. I have scrambled my eggs. I'm gonna go ahead and start adding this zucchini and onion mix to my almond flour. Now, I might not use all of this because again, it really just depends on the zucchinis that you bought and how big they are. It's also similar to how I make my fritters, my zucchini fritters, which are very good. So you're gonna go ahead and mix the zucchini with the almond flour. Now I'm gonna add the egg. Mix it up. A good arm workout as well. Now that I've incorporated almost all of it, I'm gonna add the rest of the zucchini, incorporate that all together. Now what I'm gonna do is what I typically do when I make these tortillas is because, sometimes your salt or your whatever, the flavoring needs to be a little bit more. I add some Tonys whenever I do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my Tonys. Now I'm probably gonna add about a half a teaspoon of Tonys. It just adds a little bit of Cajun flavoring. I'm gonna add 1.5 cups of cheese. And then I'm gonna add 1 cup of Mexican cheddar jack. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of Parmesan, shredded Parmesan. That was probably a 1/4 cup of shredded Parmesan. Go ahead and mix this up. It's gonna dry out your measure a little bit. It's gonna dry out your mix a little bit, which is gonna be good. All right, we're gonna let this sit for a minute, then we're gonna get started. So once you have everything all mixed up, what I like to do is I like to test a little bit out to see 1, the consistency, and 2, also to see if it needs a little more salt, which I'm thinking probably will, but I like to check it out when I season it. So I have a pan going. I'm gonna add a little oil, and I'm gonna test out almost like a little zucchini fritter. Now, from what I can see, it looks like it is a little bit wet because I didn't wring out the zucchini. And like I said, I typically don't. So I'm gonna add more almond flour. Now you can wring out the zucchini if you want. But you want it to be a little bit, not dry, obviously, but you want it to have a little bit of a drier mix. So I probably ended up adding another 1/3 cup. All right, so I heated up some of that, tasted it. It was delicious. This is gonna make amazing fritters. I think I might actually take half this batter and make fritters with it because they are delicious. All right, move everything out of the way so that I can get this stuff going in my pan. So I have a sheet pan right here, ready to go. Always line it with your parchment paper so it doesn't stick to the pan. And then you're gonna go ahead and just make circles, similar to tortillas. So you're gonna wanna do a little bit at a time because you want them a little thinner. You don't want them super thick in themselves. There we go. I'm probably gonna get 4 on this, mostly because I'm making them huge. These are like giant tortillas. So we're gonna go ahead and bake these at 375 for about 15 minutes, and we're gonna check them. I'll probably flip them and then come back and check them again. So in the oven they go. All right, so 15 minutes later, and I have my tortillas here. Now, like I said, they're good all on their own. They're a little thicker because I didn't make them thin, but you can do whatever you want. These are more filling. Honestly, they're so good on their own. I would literally eat this by itself. It's delicious. It's like a fritter. It's so good. But we're gonna make a taco because it's a tortilla, and I happen to make some homemade barbacoa, just shredded beef with a red sauce. It's very good. Gonna add my cilantro and my cebolla. So here's my cilantro. There was my cebolla. Spanish word of the day. I forgot about the Spanish word of the day in this one. We're gonna do Spanish word of the day. I could do tortilla. Just kidding. Let's do calabaza, which is the zucchini, so calabaza. So there's different types of calabaza. Actually, pumpkin and squash is really what it is. So it's delicious, but let's go ahead and give it a try, right? And see how good it is. I mean, it's got so much flavor in its own. It brings out such flavor in the food. It is soft, melt in your mouth tortilla, delicious. You have to try it, and with some barbacoa too. I could just continue to eat it. But anyway, as always, please like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know if you tried these tortillas, and let me know what you want me to try next, because as always, I'm here to try new things with you. As always, peace, love, and keto, and you are my busy familia. Look forward to talking to you guys next time. Bye. So good. I'm spilling everything. Bye.